Bitcoin big move coming. Hello people, welcome to today's episode. I'm the Naked Trader and today I will analyze Bitcoin USDT, CRYPTO token versus USDT, HelloFresh, IOTEX versus USDT, Meta and Ethereum. Happy Easter for everyone who's celebrating Easter. And let's start with Bitcoin. Today we reached together the 100 subscribers. Thank you so much. I appreciate everyone who is following me. I hope you enjoy the content. Let's start with charting today. And today we will start with Bitcoin. I will make last week's plan invisible. Start at higher time frame. Start at the weekly. Another small candle week. The third week in a row didn't happen much, so a lot of compression, and after compression extension is expected. From the weekly I'll go to the daily. At the daily, we ranged for a while now in the around 28,000 area. I'll make last week's plan visible. So currently there's heavy resistance and 29,000. So far we cannot go over it, and it seems like the volume is decreasing, so compression increasing, so volatility expected. Coming week also an exciting week. FOMC meeting is coming and CPI numbers will come out. Altogether a big move expected for Bitcoin. So either we will go to the downside or the upside. And the plans from last week still active for the third week in a row. Also this one, the bullish one, still active. From the daily I will change to the 4 hour. So far we didn't lost a low yet, so also on the 4 hours very compressed, and I think the best thing to do for now is just wait for new entries to come, because it's very hard to come in position if you're still not in position at this time. It's very late in this period of ranging. I prefer to enter at the start of the range. So let's say here or here, here or here. That's the easiest way to enter, and now it's getting harder and harder. Yeah, on the lower time frame it's still possible, the lower you go, but on the higher time frame I think the best plan is to wait and see where we will break out. So yeah, that's Bitcoin for the coming days. And from Bitcoin I'll go to CRYPTO versus USDT. Okay, let me start and draw some levels. This is the weekly chart. Okay, what do we see? Also very compressed. And the weekly gains from the drop off from November 22. trying to find support. So for resistance at the $1.20, that was this drop off from September 22. And now I'll change to the daily. So last week's ranging between the 94 cents and $1.20. Currently facing resistance. At the daily chart, the $1.03, that was this drop off. Resistance, resistance, resistance. So, but also maintaining the lows upwards. Also big move expected, I think. So for now, what's important to stay above the 86 cents is important, else we will go much lower. If we lose 86 cents support level, then we will probably go back all the way to around 64.9 cents. So either we hold, and I prefer to hold above 94 cents and try to test the $1.20. If we lose support of 86 cents, then we'll probably go back all the way to 64, 65 cents and try to come back in the range of 86 cents. And if we manage to gain and print a higher high and a gain above 128, and then we can test support probably around $1.03 to aim higher. So that's the plan for CurveDAO versus USDT. And from CurveDAO versus USDT, I will go to HelloFresh. We start at the higher time frame. So this is the monthly. The last few months also compressed. Let's go to the weekly. A weekly gain from the last drop off. So let's see what we can find for interesting areas to enter a possible long. Yeah, this is the weekly gain. Okay. From the weekly, I'll go to the daily. At the daily, there is no gain from the last drop off. So interesting what will happen coming week. Will we have also a daily gain from the drop off or not? So I'll draw some scenarios. So either we will have a daily gain and then you can go for the continuation play, let's say around $20.30 and try to aim for an higher high and maintaining construction, the upwards construction. Or we reject at the daily, go back immediately till around $17.60 and try to break the current range of 21.79. Yeah. Okay, that is for HelloFresh. And from HelloFresh, I will go to IOTEX versus USDT. I will start at the weekly. First, I will draw some levels. Also compressed. Okay, a low and high, high and low, no weekly gain, and now we're rejecting the last high. From the weekly, I'll go to the daily. Okay. So either go back to 2.4 cents and try to break the 3 cent, aiming for the 3.4 cent. or we will go back to the start of the impulse, the 1.8 cent, and trying to come back in the 2.4 cent. And if we somehow lose the 1.8 cent, then we will go back all the way to 1.2 cent. Yeah. Okay. So that is for IOTEX versus USDT. And from IOTEX, I will go to Meta. Let's start at the monthly. Yeah. Monthly gain from the drop off. Of 158. Okay, let's go to the weekly. Okay, we held the most bullish low. So we have a low and high, a high, a low. And now printing an higher high. Currently we're having resistance at 225 area. Okay. CME gap between 169 and 154. Okay, what do we prefer to see? I want to see either a bullish continuation or an entry much lower. So entry around 122, 23. Yeah. I think everybody will be aiming for the CME gap, and that is quite too obvious. So I'll draw in some scenarios. So we will have a test around 225, and then you can try to enter the bullish continuation around 169, I think just above the CME gap, and try to break the 225, aiming for 253. Or we will test much lower, and that's around 123. That's still an higher low. And then try to break the 225. Let's see how much potential profits it is. The bullish continuation is a bounce of 33%, and the defensive play is 83 and up, but you might need to wait longer. If you put a stop loss between just below it for the bullish continuation, also good, or just play it in price on the lower time frame. So yeah, that's the plan for Meta, and from Meta I will go to Ethereum. I will make last week's plan invisible, start at the weekly chart. Little difference between Ethereum and Bitcoin at this time is Ethereum has a small green week and Bitcoin had a small red week. Also facing resistance. The same top as Bitcoin, but hold the upwards pressure. So also big move expected for Ethereum the coming days. From the weekly I will change to the daily. We did print a higher high, but rejecting this drop off the 1935. I'll make last week's plan visible. So this one played out but got stopped, got rejected before so far. So also for Ethereum, the scenarios for the coming days remains the same. Didn't lose anything. Compression. So also big move expected. Yeah, so that's the plan for Ethereum the coming days. Thank you guys for being a member of Team NakedTrader. Today we hit the 100 subscribers. I appreciate it very much. Let's grow even more. Do it all together. I want to see you guys on next week's stream again. Have a nice day. Thank you and trade safe. Bye bye.